take the lead with 4.5 minutes to go.
Danny Kerr is on for Ben Youngs.
Getting enough men into the breakdown, and you're constantly having your jersey scragged as you try to clear the ball away. Life wasn't made easy for him by his forwards at all.
Pause.
Which does indeed show how much halfbacks do rely on. Look, that's a good scrum from Scotland.
Scotland got the hit there, but then it's loose and Kerr trying to take it. Good scrum, bad after that. England have it, they have the attack.
Well, complete irony of that.
And now options either side
11
for England. There is Banahan. Toby Flood. Ashton is there, offloads well to Corbisiero. And here comes the shove and the shunt, and up to within 6 metres. Flood again. Banahan using that weight. Within 5 metres now. Still they're held again. Options either side. Kerr complains, advantage there for England.
7.
John Barclay has infringed, so this
Hit the board.
is an attack to nothing for England. Penalty coming if they wanted. Ashton into Banahan. There is the penalty for England.
7.
And a chat, John Barclay. Well,
7.
John Barclay's had plenty to say to Romain Poit, and John Barclay is going to get the first yellow card of the match.
Well, look, I know that was in what they call the red zone, but
No, the time is off.
Yellow card, big man to lose. John Barclay, open side flanker, kick goes through. England lead, and England are against 14 men now. 8 forwards against 7 forwards.
And Scotland have to dig even deeper now. England have to now turn up the heat and make sure that in the 10 minutes that Barclay's off, that they put Scotland away.
Well, let's quickly get the thoughts of Andy Nichol. Andy.
Well, Scotland have changed the halfbacks. Mike Blair and Dan Parks come on for one reason, that's to control the ball, control the game, try and get Scotland playing in the England half to allow then maybe 3 points, because it's going to be tight, and Scotland have tactically changed the halfbacks to get Scotland playing in the right areas of the pitch.
Wood takes the restart easily enough for England. And Kerr clears. Max Evans takes it well, steps round 1, 2, 3, away goes Max Evans, dancing, looking for support. There is support out there for Scotland. Patterson adds the pace. Daniele trying to find Ansbro, and Ansbro does well eventually.
And the referee's struggling badly. He's torn a calf.
Quite make contact with them, so I'm sure we'll get all that sorted out. A funny old game. Actually, it's Jérôme Garcès, the replacement. He was one of the touch judges. I think Andrew Small has gone on to the assistant referee's position. All we need is the Fox to come back, and the day will be complete. So Scotland on the attack again, and they're down to 14 men. John Barclay still off. John Barclay may have had a bit of a grin as Romain Poit was taken off. And still Scotland's attack. And still we go through the middle. Jeff Cross trying to scrabble his way on.
Well, I would think from Scotland's point of view, the least they will want is a Dan Parks drop goal from the middle of the field from here. Be invaluable when they're down to 14 men, remember.
Dan Parks waiting, hands on hips, and he's sitting there, his hands are outstretched, waiting for it.
There he is. There's a long way back.
And Mike Blair digging for it, feeding, the English notes coming. Parks then, not his finest. met with a roar of approval by the Twickenham crowd.
That was absolutely abysmal.
Well, there was a fine one from Rudy Jackson at the end of the first half. This was not quite so fine. And he is the drop goal specialist, Dan Parks.
Well, he will know then how bad that was.
So the restart, Bannerman crashing up there trying to take it. But Parks infield to Patterson. Here is Parks once again. Sends it skyward. Patterson chasing. Ashton claiming. Oh, and a loose one. Richie Gray takes it. Offloads to Vernon, and there is Nathan Hines. Jeff Cross, the replacement prop. Tries to bounce off Nick Easter.
Oh, turnover.
And away comes Lewis Deacon. Into the final quarter we go. England 3 points up. Flood and Wood, quick hands, but behind Cueto. Into touch it goes.
Well, Mark Cueto claiming that was a deliberate knock-on. I don't think it was. I think far too much imprecision from England today, in and around the contact area. Things like that.
Well, England about to make some changes and waiting to come on, well, 3 of them. Steve Thompson, Simon Shaw and Tom Croft, but they will have to wait for another Scottish line-out. Ross Ford, who just comes back off Hines. Jacobson is there.
He's also had a tremendous game in the loose as Jacobson. He's put a lot of effort in, particularly bearing in mind he's been under pressure in the scrum. Recently has had the disadvantage of his 7 men as well. As opposed to 8.
Still playing with those 40 men, another 5 minutes or so, and John Barclay's sin binning. And England have the penalty this time. Again, an explanation, we've lost the referee's mic with the departure of Romain Poit. But the penalty for England, and the touch finder is good, and into Scotland's half they go.
Well, nearly half the sim being gone. And England need to pick the pace up now. They're just walking to the line out.
Look at this happy gang waiting to come on. There's Johnny Wilkinson, Simon Shaw.
Well, one of them, Steve Thompson, is going to be very happy, because with this entry, he is going to be the most capped hooker of England of all time. 65 caps, and I will say, congratulations, Steve Thompson, the moment he gets on.
Ball goes loose, comes back for England still, but then Scotland emerge with it. Richie Gray and Dan Parks, and a bit of a slicer from Parks. And Foden takes it well. England with another chance to attack, and Haskell. Easter plays scrum half, Shantae Happy. Corbisiero takes the hit from Ross Ford as he juggled with it, did very well, Corbisiero.
It's called whiplash, I think.
Vernon is up on Danny Kerr quickly, the ball is out.
But look how well Scotland are strapping on the floor. They're a man down, they're a forward down, yet England keep going backwards.
England still have it just, and there is Easter again. Flood trying to make that overlap work, carries it himself. He's got to release, cries Scottish voices.
There is a lot of talking going on, I have to say. But Scots, you see, slowed the ball down sufficiently for England to have no options when they go out there.
Oh, and behind Banahan, he wasn't waiting for that. Shantain Happy deep now. A little bit of disquiet in the Twickenham crowd. 15 minutes to go. 3 points up. Attacking with 15 against 14 still. Men out there now, and Haskell is through. Richie Gray tries to seize him. Then it's Ashton. Support. Ben Foden and Patterson trying to take him. Foden beautifully taken by Patterson, who's injured in the process. Try saving tackle.
Numbers. Wait.
So we are ready once again. 15 minutes to go. 3 points in it.
2 meters.
Scotland still down to 14 men. Line out. Over to you, Scott Lawson. Long is the option. Richie Vernon waits and takes. It's risky, but it works and works well because Scotland have the penalty. England not rolling away in the tackle.
I can't tell you what. Hat off to Scott Lawson. Big kahunas to do that, because that is a hard throw. It's a long way for your first one.
Laser straight as well. So after all that, clearing kick from Dan Parks, and the next Scottish line-out will be slightly further up the pitch.
Yeah.
And next is a Nini Nana Nunu, I think.
A technical term.
Good throw again, though. Good throw again.
Jacobson. And Jacobson stands up and carries on.
No hands!
And Parks, half charged down. So forward comes Cueto, and he decides to set off and gives Wilkinson a bit of space. Long pass out. And there is Foden trying again. This time he slips Patterson, and Foden. The support was there, but the pass went loose. Haskell tidies it up. Banahan. England on the charge.
Haskell did very well there, stretching.
Wilkinson flings it deep to Happy. And Cueto. Croft is there. And Croft now for the corner. Barging his way over. And Tom Croft, on his return, has scored for England. The first try of the game. What a moment. What a moment on his comeback. In the final seconds of the sin binning for John Barclay, who's now back on the pitch, and up steps Johnny to do what Johnny does. With the left foot from the tightest of angles, he adds the extra 2 points.
Immensely well, and I still go back to the fact that I'm not sure at all that John Barclay should have been sin binned in the first place.
Well, Barclay's back on. Alistair Strokosh is on for Nathan Hines as well, and here come England once more. Banahan taken by Ansbro. Nick Easton.
No, stay here, wait.
And a low prod from Wilkinson. Dan Parks waits.
Move.
And sends it high. A little bit too long, and taken after a fashion by Ashton, and he finds his Northampton teammate Foden.
The thing is, Scotland could no longer just put the ball in England's territory and wait to take drop goals and penalties.
Good hands, gives Cole a bit of a run, and Kerr fancies his chances. Daniele and Barclay have him. Steve Thompson on the rumble. Happy comes in to play scrum half. Nothing doing there. Wilkinson gives it to Haskell.
And of all the England forwards today, Haskell's probably been the most effective physical performance from him.
Oh, and Croft spills it.
Look on blue.
A little bit of space
Look on
starting
white
to appear.
coming.
Into the final 10 minutes we go.
Of course, all the work that the Scotland forwards have done will have tied them. Now then,
Carlos, stay here, please.
Well,
Mark here.
well,
Michael.
I tell you what, it's one of those situations where if you're sat in a blue shirt, you'll see that forward. If you're sat in a white one, you'll say it wasn't.
Let's go.
I'm sat in the middle, and I think it was forward.
Dutch.
wearing a nice black shirt today. We say 9 minutes to go. Scotland scrum under pressure again. Need to get it out there. Blair does so. And here is Evans. And Parks and Patterson. Ansbro outside him. Easily marshalled by Banahan and friends. But penalty to Scotland. England trying to get that ball back.
To ruck form. Use your hand.
By Crook. And Parks does very well off a right boot there to find some sort of angle and takes Scotland up to the 22.
Play on.
Long again from Lawson. Again, it's Vernon the target again. Claims it well, the replacement number 8. Kelly Brown off with a bad knock to the head. Lamont is there. And Mike Blair looks for John Barclay, who's spent 10 minutes in the bin. Strokosh. And again, some good progress being made by Scotland. Patterson, well, that looked a little bit forward.
Push back.
Scotland get away with that one. Lamont again.
Back. That's good time.
Parks. Patterson. And Evans to try and step again around Cueto. And England competing feverishly for the ball, but Strokosh comes away with it. And Mike Blair.
Ooh,
quick
just
thinking.
for a second he looked as though he'd wriggled free, didn't he?
Here, 9.
Scotland just keep it in play. It is at their ball. It is, and it's there for Captain Kellock, who plays scrum half. And Richie Gray now. Jeff Cross tries to make his way through the middle. He looks to have been turned, trying to get it back.
Push back.
And still Scotland's ball. Evans, little chip, and Evans to gather himself, and Max Evans, skill, and a try is it for Max Evans.
Yeah, it's a try.
And that's being explained to Jerome at the moment. And this was the bit of skill from Max Evans. Does he get the ball down?
Yes. Yeah, easily should entertain the TMO for no more than a second.
And what a bit of skill from Max Evans.
Fantastic bit of skill. Yeah. He knew anyway.
We're sending on one of our own representatives to pass on the message from the TMO. Brian, you can shout down at him.
It's a try!
Wait, please, for the official. Yes. Okay.
There it is, the decision finally, and a strange old end to a lovely try, a lovely bit of skill from Max Evans. And the game is on now, going into the final minutes.
Well, down by 3 points, presuming that Mr. Patterson does what he normally does and puts this right between the posts. And just when England were threatening to start to rumble, a bit of lovely individual skill.
And a big kick here to try and get Scotland within 3 points. And it sneaks inside the uprights from Chris Patterson. And 3 points is the difference with just over 5 minutes remaining.
Time off.
Mean little skillful player himself.
Dan Cole departs, looking rather brave-heartish himself. 5.5 minutes to go. Noise grows inside Twickenham. 3 points in it. England still chasing that possible Grand Slam.
No hands. Outside.
Scotland chasing their first victory at Twickenham since 1983. Wilkinson replacement in the front row for England is Paul Doran-Jones, the Gloucester prop, who's on for Cole.
Push back.
There's the ageless Simon Shaw. Will Scotland have the scrum? Just
Touch the ball.
a little bit of a knock on there.
Another annoying piece of imprecision.
Look on white. 70.
Well, England and England supporters didn't expect them to be in this position.
Well, to be fair, I don't think many in the rugby world expected this, to be fair. But you can't say that Scotland haven't earned every point.
Time on. Carlos, stay here.
Well, James Haskell does his best to prevent it, and to be fair to James Haskell, his efforts haven't waned at all.
Crouch.
He hasn't been backed up by the vast majority of his team, though.
Balls. Engage.
The crowd do their best to lift the England side and swing low, sweet chariot. It's Scotland's ball at the moment. Oh, and deep, and DeLuca went backwards, says the referee. I'm not sure it did. But England coming in now and trying to claim it in any case, and they have it. And is the game here for the taking? Wilkinson drop goal attempt. Wide. But at the moment they at least have the field position. Tyndall with an ankle injury off at half-time. England trying to disrupt that 22 restart. Strokosh comes away with it for Scotland. And a difficult pass for Parks to deal with. There's Richie Vernon. And England happy to rein in the tackles at the moment.
Inside.
So Parks kicks long. Tired bodies chase. And attack for England through Cueto. Strokosh takes him. And the ball is out.
White blue.
And it's England's ball. Crafty old Steve Thompson.
Move. How
As Mike Blair went for the
Same for you.
restart.
Well, all fine. He did drop it, and Thompson was perfectly justified in what he did. But then again, Scotland got what they wanted, which was the ball back.
And Thompson
Stay. Push back.
finds his man in Palmer. And Scotland may have a chance in this game, but not if they're pegged back here. And now England again trying to kill it off with a rolling ball, which is marching on. They have the penalty coming as well, and they will be happy to take the penalty. So Danny Kerr, Wilkinson, little chip through, but advantage comes now to England, the penalty. And with 2 minutes to go, they're going to have a pop at goal.
Grab the ball. No advantage.
Yeah, and you can see there Jeff Cross going in and under a driving maul.
Keep going.
And because it was on the open side of the maul itself, it was quite obvious.
And the all-time leading point scorer in rugby, trying together his England points, his Lions points, will step forward once again. With just over a minute remaining, try and take England out to a 6-point lead. And he has done it, and under a minute to go, England 6 points in front, and perhaps now heading for safety. Man of the match time, Brian.
Well, I was very tempted to pick Richie Gray of Glasgow Warriors, but I think in the winning cause that James Haskell carried the rest of his forwards for about 70 minutes before most of them woke up.
And crucially, England have the restart. Scotland need a converted try, but England have the ball, 30 seconds remaining, and they will go now into slow motion mode. And the life will be squeezed from this game.
Use it!
And this one I think will go off the field.
Right, it comes to Croft. Try scorer for England in the second half. The clock ticks down.
And it's
There's
never going to go
red.
off the field.
They ask the question, and out it comes, and it is Johnny Wilkinson who kicks it out, and the Kolkata Cup is England's. The victory